on Friends.
All right, kids, I gotta get to work. If I don't input those numbers, doesn't make much of a difference.
But even though his career was unstoppable at the time, Perry was facing some pretty difficult battles in his personal life. Here's what you might not know about Matthew Perry's life away from the cameras. Accidental addiction. Matthew Perry was first introduced to heavy pharmaceuticals after he was injured in a jet ski accident in 1997. For pain relief, his doctor prescribed him Vicodin, and rather than terminating its use after the prescription ran out, Perry became hooked on the medication. He told People magazine, "I felt better than I ever felt in my entire life. I had a big problem with pills and alcohol, and I couldn't stop." Things were complicated by the success of Friends, which, despite its cozy title and close cast, made him feel alienated from the world. He explained, "From an outsider's perspective, it would seem like I had it all. It was actually a very lonely time for me because I was suffering from alcoholism. It was going on before Friends, but it's a progressive disease." As a result of his lengthy struggle with substance abuse, Perry has admitted that his memory of production on certain seasons of his hit series is very fuzzy. He told the BBC, "I don't remember 3 years of Friends, so none of those, somewhere between season 3 and 6. As Perry had previously admitted, his co-workers on the show were increasingly aware of and affected by his substance use. He told People, "I couldn't stop. Eventually, things got so bad that I couldn't hide it, and then everybody knew. I was never high at work. I was painfully hungover." Road to rehabilitation. Shortly after his narcotics use became a dangerous habit, Matthew Perry checked himself into rehab in Minnesota and got clean.
The fact that I never tried heroin is the only reason I'm able to sit here. I'm positive.
But by 2001, he found himself entering treatment once again, and the decision caught the network off guard, as the show had been in the middle of production at the time. It's not clear whether his second stint in rehab actually affected the outcome of the show's episodes, but he did start to suffer soon after. Pain in the gut. In between his first and second trips to rehab, Perry began suffering from pancreas problems, and the ailment became so severe that he ended up hospitalized for 2 weeks with acute pancreatitis. As a result of his condition, Perry lost 20 pounds. And although the illness is often associated with alcohol and drug use, Perry insisted he wasn't using pills at the time of his hospitalization, saying, "In my case, it was hard living and drinking hard and eating poorly. You play, you pay." But there were no pills involved. I learned my lesson at Hazelden. Following his release from the hospital, Perry crashed his car into an empty house. He was uninjured in the snafu, and neither drugs nor alcohol were found in his system at the time. He told Us Weekly, "The irony was terrible. I was going to hang with my father at his place outside LA. I made the first corner around my house on these really narrow streets, saw a courier van in the middle, swerved to the right, and, well, I don't really know what happened. I crashed into this porch." However, it wouldn't take long for Perry to face his demons once again. In 2011, he made a third trip to rehab, but insisted he was going away to stay sober. He told TMZ, "I'm making plans to go away for a month to focus on my sobriety and to continue my life in recovery." The third time must have been a charm for Perry because soon after that stint, he began his work helping others successfully recover from drug and alcohol abuse. Helping others. Perry went on to found a rehabilitation facility of his own called Perry's House, which entailed him opening his Malibu mansion to fellow recovering addicts. As a result of his work, Perry was awarded the Champion of Recovery Award from the Obama administration's Office of National Drug Control Policy. Perry said of the recognition, "During my darkest times, I never could have imagined receiving an award at the White House." Perry eventually did sell the home Perry's House was located in because of its expensive locale, and also put his Los Angeles home on the market. But he told The Hollywood Reporter he plans to relocate his treatment facility to another area. As he told The Hill, "My life has a lot more meaning now that I try to help people. It's also a selfish thing. It makes you feel better than anything else will." Perry might have had trouble remembering everything about those middle seasons of Friends, but he obviously still remembers some of its most valuable lessons.
Well, it made you feel good, so that makes it selfish. Look, there's no unselfish good deeds, sorry.